We are not live. Did I hear myself? Here we are. All right, we are live. I believe. Yes, we are. And we're on this camera. So how you guys doing? What we're going to do is we are going to, yeah, that sounds good. We're going to install Windows Server 2022 on this. This is the Lenovo ST-45 V3 computer. It's a newer ThinkSystem machine. So, and of course, I got to do this for the video. So we'll just go straight through. You're not going to see me too much. This is the only time you will see me as I hit this button and we go to a blank screen because you're going to be seeing the Think system. Excuse me. I'm going to hit the power button, and what this will do, this will go straight up to turning on the machine. You'll be able to see it. Yeah, there we go. There's the Lenovo, and just waiting as this is installing. There we go. And let me just do this really quick. That's on. That's on. Oh, I can do it that way. Yeah, let's do it that way. So, give me 1 second here. There we go. All right. So, English, United States. That's what we want. Yes, yes, yes. Got to turn on the mouse to move the mouse. That's usually how that works. There's our mouse. So we'll hit next and install now. Setup is starting. I just realized I do not have an internet connection connected up to this just yet. All right, we're just going to set it up this way. Accept. Next. All right, so now we're doing the install. Did I do something wrong? I was trying to clean the install here. All right, so we're going to put it into drive one. And now it's copying everything over. Did I go get an internet cable? Yeah. All right, I think it just did a reboot there. There we are. We're rebooting. It's getting everything ready, getting devices ready. Looking good. Got another reboot that happened. Okay. So there we go. All right. So it's asking for a username and password. Oops. Well, it was pretty quick, pretty straightforward. All right. So now I got server manager. It was actually for this machine. It was actually very quick. I was using just basic SSD that I created the ISO from. And it says you want to discover the network, so you're going to say yes. Try managing with the admin center. Yeah, let's figure this. Configure this local server. I can add roles. And setting up a USB receiver right there. Just recognize the keyboard, setting that up. USB receiver, so it's setting up another USB. We've got the AMD EPIC 4344P processor in here. So let's change the display settings a little bit. It's a little bit too big. So it's saying 250. Let's go down to 150. There we go. Resolution 2560 by 1600. Interesting. We're not putting in multiple displays. We just want this one display. There we go. So now we can configure this this local server. We can add roles and features. We can add. We can put it into a bigger server, or we can give it all the permissions that it needs to connect up from here. So. This is going to be role-based or featured-based or remote desktop services installation for virtual desktop infrastructures. So we're going to do role-based. And there's our server with our IP address. That's good. File and storage service, that's what we're going to use on here. Let's just make this big. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. Yeah. So we're going to use it as file storage service. We could use it as Hyper-V. We could use it as web server. We could use it in a bunch of other ways, but this is how we're going to use it. So we're going to hit next. Let's see. I don't think we need to. We only have one NIC in here, so we don't need load balancing. We don't need BitLocker. No direct play, no IO, no IP, no message queuing, no SMTP server. So I think we're good. Windows PowerShell. Yeah, I think we're good on this. So, all right, let's see. There we go. Oh, I just checked that. Meant to uncheck it. So let's go ahead and hit next. No. Okay, it says we're going to have it restart if it needs to. And let's hit install. So what's happening is it's going to run the installs, the feature installs, and then if it needs to, it will reboot the computer. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Mike the tech's going, sup, fam? What's the use case for this one? Use case for this one is just to show off the computer itself, which is Lenovo ST-45 V3, which came out last month, and I am doing a desktop unbox and setup. So I want to put an operating system on, and of course, if this is going to go in like a small business office, maybe a branch office or anything like that. So we're just basically setting it up for the branch office so it can do some simple file and printer sharing. Ooh, very nice. Yeah. So what this is going to be the part where I talk about the install, and this will be all fast forwarded in the video itself. Plus, it's kind of nice to just kind of install with other people, hanging around, watching the install, because it's so exciting to watch an install. And I'm also checking vitals. So we are running at 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, now we're up to 92. So, but it's keeping a nice temperature, and the desktop is literally right next to the microphone, and I can't. It's so quiet I can't even hear it, which is nice. Yeah. And this is, well, I don't have a license for 2022, so I'll probably play with it for a little bit and then nix it and figure out what other, no, probably, maybe I should put a Linux operating system on just to see how well that goes. But right now, inside here, there's 16 gigs of memory and a 4 terabyte NVMe, because that's all I had. Because this box, the interesting thing about this box is that it's got a 300-watt power supply inside. And I didn't realize this, but this board has the SATA power coming from the board. And they didn't give the cable for the mini pin to the SATA where you could put in 4 SATA drives. So I'm just doing an M2. Yeah, I saw that you were at CES. I kind of wish we could have run into each other, but it's CES is so big, it's super tough. You probably were in Venetian when I was in Central, and vice versa. It's 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 big. And of course, I got all my content, all my CES action happening. Posted a couple videos this morning, and then yeah, I'm continuing to posting and try and get everything posted by the end of next week, which is something I don't normally do. Usually I stretch this out to like March, but I've got some other things I need to do. So I want to get it all done. Yeah, those buses, that's wow. They changed dramatically in the last couple of years. The big thing is the buses only go to MGM properties, I believe it is. At least that's what was the case last year. I noticed like Caesars and stuff like that didn't have buses to them. So if you were at those hotels that weren't on the list, then you'd be out of luck. But the big thing was the bus from Venetian to West, from Venetian to West, because you had to take the bus, which was a city bus, but it was set up for just back and forth. And then when you got to the convention center, they dropped you off at South, and then you had to walk to the Tesla loop to get to the West building, or you had to walk to the West building, which is possible too. But and then the buses, half of the buses were at West, half of the buses were at South, and it was a little frustrating how to get to South. So yeah, next year you let me know, and I can definitely. I don't know. Did you get to some of the after events like Showstoppers and Pepcom? Oh wow, yeah, Airbnb, that'd be cool. And yeah, I got sick too. I brought home a cough that I'm finally. This is the first real content I've been creating since CES because I was just hacking up a lung so much. My wife, she's still hacking up a lung, unfortunately. Maps. I wish there are maps online. I wish there were better maps though. Is this done? I think this is done. Okay. Okay. Well, I think this is done. That was pretty quick. Really not much to that, I guess. I thought there'd be a little bit more. Gonna pre-plan routes. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. Nice. All right. So I this is what I needed, unfortunately. So I thought this would take a little bit longer. We were up what 20 minutes, and that's pretty impressive for a small box like this, just to be able to get up and running. Now it can do the main configuration, which technically I'm not gonna do because this is just a test machine. But I'll probably end up if anything, I'll probably just end up putting on a Windows Pro 11 Pro on here and use this as a file server from there. But I wanted to put server on here first and see what happens. So yeah, it's great to chat with you too, Mike. We'll definitely next. Let me know the other any of the other conferences you might be going to, because if we can connect up, that'd be great. So all right, that's it for me. Thanks a lot for watching. And yeah, take care.